obvious. I used to be a terrible decision maker, but this story takes place in high school, so I think I'm off the hook because every decision ever made by every high school ever has been terrible. So to set the scene, we're in my hometown, which is in Northwest Ohio. A little town called Lima. I've heard of it. Oh, all right, there you go. So we're at a Thai place called Thai Jasmine. It's a gem in a pretty kind of bad part of town. So dinner's over and we're leaving. My friends are parked on one side of the parking lot and I'm on the other. So I get in my car, I start to go, and then I see my friends and they're both standing with their doors open, just looking at me like dinner plates for eyes. And I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. So I stop my car, crack the door, start to get out to see what was up, and immediately from the shadows of this house right next to Thai Jasmine, this woman starts coming in the car and starts screaming, "Sir, are you prejudiced? Excuse me, sir, are you prejudiced?" And I was like, whoa, I understand those dinner plates now. I was taken aback because like this person sounds so polite, but their tone is so aggressive. And I was just like, and I was 17 at the time, so. And so I was just like, no, because I wasn't, I'm not. But I was just like, it's so weird. And she asked me for a ride, and it's like, these people won't give me a ride. And I'm like, that's crazy, of course I'll give you a ride. And she's like, oh, here, I'll give you a couple bucks too. I was like, I'm not prejudiced, I don't need your money. So it's like, yeah, hop in the car. And so she gets in, and then first thing she does in the car, she looks at me and says, I'm not drunk, I'm not on drugs. I'm like, great, me either. And I'm like, but I don't know you, so you didn't have to say anything. I would just automatically assume you're probably not. And so we're about to go. She's like, oh, you're a cutie. I'm like, oh, I'm flattered, but I'm 17. Just to, bring up that point, just in case at any point in the ride, she's like, tries to overpower me, like, you're committing a felony. So we start to go. She immediately jacks up my radio, and I had some, I don't know, like, Iron and Wine just chilling, like, oh, I'm vibing. That's, you don't touch a black man's radio, but you don't touch a white man's Iron and Wine. So I'm like, you know what? I'm taking control of the situation. No music. Boom. She's like, all right. She's liking the power dynamic here, probably. And so we get going. So we're getting to the edge of the parking lot. She's like, we're going to need to pick up my friend. I'm like, oh, nah, that's one is enough. And so she's like, no, it's cool. Like, we got to pick up Shorty. I don't know, probably a nickname. So we're not ready to do the parking lot, and he's right there. He's like, he was a really short dude, but he looked like 85, just gnarled, so probably like 35, like in the streets. And I'm like, you know what? Let him in the back seat. This guy, he's swell. Which actually was good because we're going to this place called Harrison Street. I don't know where it was because I don't live on that part of the town, and she didn't know where it was either. So I got Shorty in the back. He gets in. No, thank you. I'm grateful. But he just grunting directions to me from the back, like left here. I'm like, thank God for Shorty. And so she starts asking me for money. I'm like, well, you offered me a couple of books. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. I'm like, what? Sorry, I don't have one. I'm out. Just ate a bunch of Thai food. She's like, I'm not trying to press you or nothing, but I know you got some money. And I'm like, I just ate all Thai food. $20. I'm a high school kid. I don't have money. And so she's like, okay. And then she asked me for a cigarette. I'm like, well, no, I don't smoke either. And she asked to borrow my cell phone. And back then, I had an LG chocolate, so just one step below this. And I put it outside of my pants. And I'm like, real cool. And I'm just like, please, friends, do not call me, because then I didn't have to have that awkward conversation of why I suddenly had a cell phone appear on my hip pocket. And so we get going. Shorty, he's directing traffic, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually she's like, oh, great, you can take me up to this quick stop here and get some Bruscarinos. She didn't say Bruscarinos. And so I'm like, now I'm just like, no, I'm doing this, I'm going to do it my way. So I say, I'll take you to your final destination, and your final destination only. She said, it's going to be like that, huh? I said, it's going to be like that. And then she said, okay. And then like 30 seconds later, Shorty said, pull over right here, and they got out, and they went into a house. And then everything was cool. I went to a local supermarket with my friends, got some ice cream, and had a night of it. So nothing bad happened.